Okay, let's look at relative clauses then. So, main clause and relative clause. So, adjective clause, also known as an adjective clause. We know adjective is describing word. Describing word. Adjective. Okay, adjective. So how things are. How things are. Or how things is. But my A is not working. So how things look. How things look. So, they're a kind of subordinate clause. They always start with who, whom, whose, which, or that. Who, whom, whose, which, or that. So I wrote a novel. I wrote a novel. Who knew it could be done so fast? Who knew writing a novel could be done so fast? I wrote a novel whom the hero is a teenager. Ah, how cool is that? I wrote a novel whose idea was mine. Whose idea was my own. I wrote a novel which is an adventure story. I wrote a novel which is an adventure story. I wrote a novel which is I wrote a novel which is fun to read. I wrote a novel that I like. I wrote a novel that I know you can read it easily. I wrote a novel that I worked on every day. Yeah. I wrote a novel that I published last year. How cool is that? So when you use which, it is the object of the relative clause that as it also received the verb. I planned another novel which will be out soon. So the subject or the object also receives the verb. I planned another novel which will be out soon. I plan to write another novel which will be bigger than the previous one. I am going to record more lessons which I will release soon in the coming days and weeks. Days, ideally days, yeah. How cool is that? Yeah, how cool is that? So relative clauses, so my adjective clause, who, whom, whose, which, or that. They expand on the main clause. How cool is that, language explorers? Let's keep exploring.